눈치미셔 놓고 나 어색해 baby 사람이 하란이라 네 부인이마 Cause you are such a big inspiration Number one crush, lover and free There's money that like a billion things I cannot describe right now, no 네 음악은 나를 괴멸할까 운유다 우리 몬시 baby 나 걷기 입자게 해보셔 그게 사가위 My heart and soul and everything else inside of me I totally agree that you're the woman I wanna spend the rest of my life with So I am marrying you, baby So I can love you harder Well, it's good that you like it and you love me So you gon' have me We gon' have each other, yeah We gon' be together And nobody between us Yeah, it's you and me against the world No more lonely nights Just let me take good care of you Just let me take good care of you, baby The baby scenes could be cut 이쯤 누구리 magical 이 용기지를 비호라리 special The electricity won't stop moving 손잡이 샤크리 입죠 위로 자외 지사외 It can't be too easy As you slide your fingers in my hair Ain't no place I'd rather be 묻지마 나도 보여야지 Totally agree that you're the woman I wanna spend the rest of my life with Come on So I am marrying you, baby So I can love you harder Well, it's good that you like it and you love me So you gon' have me We gon' have each other, yeah We gon' be together And nobody between us Yeah, it's you and me against the world No more lonely nights Just let me take good care of you Whoa, baby Just let me take good care of you
Hello, and welcome. So glad to see all our beautiful brothers and sisters. And my name is Martha Lucas. I am one of the co-chairs here at Washington State Coalition of African Community Leaders. Sorry, my tongues get tied. I'm so sorry for the late start, but everything is live, and things go as they go. But we're excited to welcome you to our first, I guess, official total production. And we got a lot of exciting acts for you, all local talents. We have community leaders doing things and showing us people here to show us how actually to get voted, for everybody who wants to get counted, share a little bit about how the process works. But most importantly, we have 6 great local artists, and we are all pumped up and ready to hear them go. But first, I want to do a quick introduction to actually who we are. So the coalition was formed in 2016 by smaller African communities that didn't have a lot of a voice and didn't have resources to know where to go and how to get a seat at the decision making table. And so, in the last 4 years, we've pretty much built up, thanks to everybody's support and really understanding the importance, of course, in this time, at this moment in a once in a generational movement that has been precepted with all these different crises. It's even more important that we're unified and we're working together and not against each other. Um, and so, with that being said, in February of 2020, so in the winter, we launched a new leadership model, which is shared leadership. So instead of the traditional president, vice president, we have people who serve that role, but it is 5 co-chairs that share the leadership, and it's different. And as we all know, different is awkward at the beginning, but we really like this family that we have joined together, and I'm so proud of my brothers and sisters. All of us have different experiences and different expertise, and we just all listen and talk to each other, and we enjoy seeing each other every week, actually, at least on Zoom nowadays. But so next up, I wanted to just kind of give you guys an overview. We have a strategic goal of civic engagement as well as economic empowerment, because those are 2 powerful ways to uplift our communities. And out of that civic engagement is the voter registration committee. And we are so excited that we have 2 dynamic, amazing leaders, Ben Ali as a facilitator, Sangoro, and he's from DR, Congo, as well as Christina Kamkosi. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Christina, when you come in. But she is from Malawi, and they have been meeting every week, just really excited about getting this and planning this first event. And we will have another event, and would love to hear feedback and know what would you like to see, and what things we can do to make you as excited as we all are. So I want to introduce my co-host, the handsome Patrick Joseph, who is actually a military leader of 15 years. Thank you for your service, Patrick. He works in military food inspection, and he's getting ready to retire. So it's really great that we have such an experienced leader and a community advocate heading up and charging the way. And so I want to hand it over to Patrick to do the next round of introductions, and we'll get this show started.
Thank you, Masha, for the introduction. My next introduction is for the president of Washington State Coalition of African Leaders. That's Mr. Henry Garrett. Mr. Garrett actually is a real estate developing. He's a developer. He also does. He's also electrician by trade. He's a community activist from Seattle area. He's been activist for over 25 years. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Jared.
Thank you, Patrick and Marcia, for that. Once again, welcome to the Drum Up the Vote concert 2020, presented by your Washington State Coalition of African Community Leaders. And I am, as been said before, a co-chair, president of the coalition, and my name is Henry Garrett. I'm excited about all of the things that we have to share with our community today through this concert. I'm really proud of the youth being led by Ben Ali in his bringing together the young people in the community. We also have elders in the community, which I'm going to have the honor of introducing you to in a few minutes. Leroy McCulloch and Edwin Soloko, and both of them are Superior Court judges. McCulloch, Superior Court Judge of King County, and Okolokon, the judge for Snohomish County. One of the things I wanted to impress upon the community is that we at the coalition, we're always busy here. We've been involved, as Martha stated before, in civic engagement. We're also doing economic empowerment, and we're also partnering with other non-profit organizations in the community, such as the Seattle Foundation, Africa Town, Black Dot, and many others to coordinate efforts in the community. And I'm excited about what is going to be happening here in the future. But this future is all about all of us. So we need you to participate. We also need you to donate. And anything that we can do to help in the community, that's what we're here for. We've already been supplying community members with COVID assistance. And I wanted to give a special shout out to the work that has been done by some of the co-founders, Tina, Lena, Kojo, Magassi, Martha, Marcia, and I hope I didn't leave anybody out. Forgive me if I did, but they've been doing an excellent job of coordinating resources to get out to the community, and we're excited to do even more. And stay tuned, because we're about to bring some things to you in the future around economic development, more education, and more cultural and heritage things. At this time, I'd like to give an introduction real quick, and I can't, my words can't do justice for this very, very highly respected, in my eyesight, gentleman by the name of Your Honor, Judge Leroy McCulloch, who is a Superior Court judge here in King County. I've known this man and of him for at least 25, maybe 30 years. And I've always seen him as a man of integrity. And I'm excited to have him come on and share with him his experience and give us some nuggets of wisdom to all of us in the community, especially those of you who are either just becoming voting age or are already voter age or will be voting age pretty soon. So this is an effort together that we want to educate, communicate, and provide unity for us all. And today it's about this Drum Up the Vote concert. I'm excited about it. You're also going to be hearing from previous representative Don Mason. So there's a lot going on. We have African drummers, musicians, and we're excited to bring this event to you. So without further ado, I don't want to take up too much time, but I do want to get you ready for Your Honor of Superior County Court in King County, Judge Leroy McCulloch. And please listen closely, because he does have some world experience and knowledge to give to you, some really good nuggets. And if you have any questions or comments, remember to hit us up on the Facebook, which you may be using to watch now. We also are on Twitter and Snapchat. Shout out to Eddie, Martha, Hebo, Hannah, my co-chairs. You've been doing an excellent job on putting some foundation work into the coalition, building upon what was already put in. And so we thank you also, Davies, for what you do here with the production equipment and your knowledge. And with that, I'd like to get started with the next phase of the concert here. So coming up next is Judge Leroy McCulloch.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Leroy McCulloch. I have the pleasure of serving as one of your King County Superior Court judges, having done so since 1989. So Brother Garrett and Martha, all of you who are members of the coalition, thank you for the great work that you're doing. All of the young people that are being prepared to step into the leadership, thank you for what you are doing already, and for the great future that lies ahead of you. This is an opportunity for us to talk about the importance of community engagement and voting. We'll just take a few minutes of your time, because my good friend, Judge Okoloko, is going to come up and he's going to hit the home run. So I'll just sort of tee it up for him. There are a number of important reasons why you want to vote. As I have suggested, having been on the bench since 1989, judges in this particular jurisdiction are elected every 4 years. So you can imagine how many cycles I've been through. And so it's been very, very educational for me. And I thank all of you for that support. There are about 5 points I want to make quickly in the allotted time. Why should you vote? One, you vote because you get to choose your representatives. These are the judges, the representatives, the city council members, the county council members who establish the community priorities. They can establish how much money is going to be spent on a particular project, and they determine what your future really might be. Number two, by voting, you send a message to the past, present, and future decision makers. In other words, it's not just a matter of who wins the vote, but when you are running for office, often you go back, you or your community member or the member of your committee, to determine which precinct actually votes and which group actually does not vote. So even when the election is over, the people who are in charge of your benefit and your welfare will be able to look at the demographics to see whether or not your demographic actually cared enough to vote. So make sure that you do that because you need to send a message. Number three, you should vote because you honor your ancestors. For the young people who don't know, the African Americans whose names I will call, I invite you to go and study up on them: Fannie Lou Hamer, John Lewis, as well as Barack and Michelle Obama. Number four, you should vote because you want to preserve and honor your future. Number five, many of us are discouraged and perhaps do not want to vote because we say it doesn't make a difference. That is not true. Every vote counts. For those of you who may be old enough to remember the 2000 presidential election, it came down to one state, the state of Florida. Florida came down to 537 votes out of 6 million that were cast. George Bush defeated Al Gore because of the Florida electoral votes. 537 out of 6 million votes. Your vote counts, and we want you to always keep that in mind. There are a couple of quotes that I would bring to your attention on the subject of voting. One is this one: bad officials are elected by good citizens who don't vote. Number two, every election is determined by the people who actually show up. Number three, we do not have government by the majority. We have government by the majority of the people who actually participate. Number four, not voting is not a protest. It is a surrender. Finally, we need to remember John Lewis. You know about John Lewis, his having participated in voter education drives at great personal loss to himself, and who passed away recently. He was an icon in our communities. May he rest in peace. He said this, that the vote is the most powerful nonviolent tool we have. We must use it. And John Legend would say, one day when the glory comes, it will be ours. So he says, John Legend, now we right the wrongs in history. No one can win the war individually. It takes the wisdom of the elders and young people's energy. Welcome to the story we call victory. The coming of the Lord, my eyes have seen the glory. One day when the glory comes, it will be ours. One day when the war is won, we will be sure, we will be sure. So in order for us to prepare for that glory, for us to enjoy it, and for us to make sure that the future of that glory belongs to our children and their children's children, we need you to vote. Be educated, Don't be dissuaded. Don't be discouraged. Please take the opportunity to exercise your franchise and vote. Thank you very much. God bless.
Hello, everyone. I can't hear.
My name is Colin Tumbugwa. I'm 16 years old. I go to Rogers High School, and I have some dope lines to drop written by Amanji.
School, jobs, money, housing, and power. Nothing gets given without being counted. Without black or brown voices, we're nothing but discounted. We live in America. All we care about is cash. We need to be heard before our voices become ash. Being heard is important, but many take it for granted. So let us dig in our roots and let our seeds be planted. More people in power that look like me and you. So log in and get counted. It only takes 3 minutes to do. But the impact is huge. For the next 10 years, you'll get your rightly due.
Hello, I'm so sorry. Welcome, Your Honor, Judge Okoloko. I just wanted to do a brief bio introduction before you actually spoke. You have so much experience, and you're an inspiration to the community. So I wanted people to know a little bit about you. So you are actually originally from Nigeria, and you earned your second law degree with honors from the Seattle University, and you worked, your legal career includes law clerking, being a judicial law clerk and deputy prosecuting attorney and a deputy prosecuting attorney. In 2007 and 2008, you received the Clerk's Choice Award, and Governor Inslee selected you to serve on the Superior Court, and you currently sit as a Snohomish County Superior Court judge. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are eager to hear your words of wisdom.
Thank you, Marcia, and thank you for your kind comments. I want to also extend my thanks to Patrick, to Henry, to all of the members and organizers of the Washington State Coalition of African Communities. Your work is important and you inspire us. I want to thank my honorable, distinguished Judge Leroy McCulloch, or as I fondly refer to him, Uncle Judge, for his very important remarks. He is one who has inspired me through the years and continues to inspire me. My name is Edirin Okoloko. I am one of the judges on the Snohomish County Superior Court. It gives me great pleasure to be here participating in this event and addressing you today. And I thank all those who have come together to make this year's virtual event a reality. I just have a few comments to make regarding the right to vote. The right to vote is a very important right. It's one of the most important rights you have. A very, very important right, I say again. It's important to remember that Blacks and minorities didn't always have the right to vote. The United States Constitution left that up to the states for a while. And initially, for the most part, it was white male property owners who could exercise that right to vote. It wasn't until the 15th Amendment of 1870 that Black males were given the right to vote. And women didn't get the right to vote until 1920 with the passing of the 19th Amendment. But even after these rights were given by these amendments, it continued to suffer different obstacles at the state level. Blacks and minorities never really had the full right to vote. And it wasn't until the Voting Rights Act of 1965 that this right to vote was given a boost. And so when you think about the history that has followed this right, when you think about the obstacles that were in the way of people who came before you and the sacrifices made by a lot of people to get you to exercise this right, then you must always stop and ask yourself, why shouldn't I vote? Why shouldn't I get people out there to vote? The truth is that the right to vote is pretty critical to your life as individuals, to the lives of your communities, to the lives of your friends. And because this right affects those who make the decisions that impact your lives, it is one that you must hold dear, and it is one that you must exercise at every opportunity. People who make critical decisions to your lives are put into those offices by individuals voting for them. So not just the presidential elections, not just the governorship elections, but like the Honorable Leroy McCulloch said earlier, judges who make decisions that impact your lives are voted into office in this state. School districts, school boards, legislators, county council, city councils, county sheriffs, fire districts, and a lot of other positions are put into place by the voting public. So ask yourself, do these individuals make decisions that impact my life? And if the answer is yes, why shouldn't I play a part in determining who those individuals are? Why shouldn't I exercise this right to vote? Why shouldn't I honor the sacrifices of the people who have come before me by exercising this right to vote? So as you begin your journey into civic engagement, realize that one of the most important aspects of civic engagement is getting people to become aware of the importance of the right to vote and exercising that right to vote always, in every time. I want to tell you that people like myself or Judge McCulloch will not be where we are today if there weren't people out there voting. Your rights matter. And one of the greatest rights and most important rights you have is this right to vote. So vote, vote, vote. It's the easiest thing you can do. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the concert. Have a great day.
It is time to speak up for yourself and your community by participating in the census in 2020.
COVID-19 is spreading in our communities.
Together, we can slow it down and save lives.
Everyone, young and old, should stay home and stay healthy.
Together, we can slow down the spread of coronavirus by washing our hands, by practicing social distancing, but more importantly, by staying home.
Our individual action affects the health of our entire community.
2020 census ensures funding of resources to our community.
2020 census ensures funding of resources to our community.
Like the resources we need for COVID-19.
Make sure
your family is counted.
your family is counted.
So make sure your family is counted so that their voices are represented and the needs of our community are heard.
Do not forget to fill out your census and making sure you and your family are counted.
Make sure your family is counted. Fill out your census. We all count.
Fill out your census.
Fill out the census form.
We all count.
We all count.
We all count.
Hello, welcome back. Patrick, it's great that can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So I wanted to ask you a question as a community leader, for the South Sudanese, or just in general from other community leaders you speak to. What is one of the most important concerns you have in terms of, looking at your organization in the next 10 years? What is something that's really on your mind that you would like to maybe share with the young adults and anyone who's tuning in, that you feel it's really important to continue? Or
I would say maybe having some youth that are willing to take over from the older people, and also having like support, from the older generation, especially like having connection, from the older people. The older people need to support the youth. They just don't have to brush them off, if they're coming, for some advice. Yeah, the older people need to also understand the young people, because they've actually lived and grown in the United States for quite some time. You need to understand, the environment they live in. It's not the same as where you live your life, especially in Africa. Things are different over there. You cannot actually force them to actually, all the things that you live there, you cannot actually make them understand the lifestyle that you live in Africa is the same as here in the United States. Yeah.
awesome, that's good. And I think we have next up the drummers, and we want to get to the entertainment. I know. So I think we have a video for the local artist. Is Icola Avenue or Icole Avenue? I don't know if I'm saying that right, but are you excited to hear some
Absolutely.
music?
Absolutely.
I know you don't want to hear my singing. I know. I think it would kill everybody. But so I think we should be going to the video if I'm reading the schedule correctly.
My name is Victory Masai. I am 12 years old, and I go to Renton Prep. I have some dope lines to drop that's written by Amanji. We all have a choice to either vote or not, but why wouldn't you? Your ancestors fought. We have been brought to the point of near no return. Without our voice heard, this planet could burn. In a blink of an eye, America could go down. So let's fight for our rights and put on our crowns. Does losing your rights sound important to you? Well, it does to us. Voting should be an option. It should be a must. This might be a poem, but this isn't a joke. Turn your ballots in before we lose our right to vote. Turn in your ballot before Halloween, before you get tricked and stay the way we're treated. Go stand and vote and stop saying seated.
Welcome. Where's my co-host, the handsome Patrick? Just wanted to, there he is.
I'm here.
So I just wanted you to help me introduce the next group. I think you were actually set to introduce Shafin. That's going to be our next artist up.
Yes. Shafin is actually born and raised in Zambia, but now they're based in Seattle. He is a dancer, choreographer, photographer, and videographer. Winner of the 2009 2018 Mwape Peer Awards.
Awesome.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Shafin.
Woo!
Young Chef Bueno.
It's Radio Cafe.
Listen. Kwata kwa the time nadi mwifungu daima ni mulukungu life ya difimbi nombe toloshi finali muntungu nimbone findi panonda pa nimbone fingi paletindi pulanga pana wadezi bambone nshimbi yawe tu aido bigi mana petaido business ya lashe ya paile iletele shaiko baticha balenje batiloka french ushina marapwayo fine na kweba pinga momo nga bufi konkanya pwalo defu ni negativity ne so shaft pele na attention numba manje mufimbila kwata dense bansaya mention cause
mutima makolo no kuzima no mutima no kutima neze kutimbo muima ayete kichima ayete kichima ayete kichima ayete
from zero to Zadi
kichima
from zero to Zadi
kichima
from zero to Zadi
kichima
come on
kichima
yeah
kichima
yeah started from the bottom, panding off ya maotom, spitfire, badenje batala kupishanga ochomush. Tumina kubambuya bepshe ile fertilizer ya difka. Shukuru alefu ama jombo ne koti vyonse bebe na lista. Raw model na mukombon, popular icona common. OG de nabo bambi ma pirate ma long john. Red Bull, sizing, best feature 1.5 imo. Confirmed di kunga, transformation of the lunga.
usiku mumutima makolo no kuzima no mutima no kutima neze kutimbo muima ayete kichima 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 ayete
from zero to Zadi
kichima
from zero to Zadi
kichima
from zero to Zadi
kichima 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 aye aye
I'm raising a banner of glory, thanking God for changing my story. Your doubt is awakening the champion in me. I kept it burning from zero to
from zero to Zadi
I kept it burning from zero to
Zadi
I kept it burning
from zero to Zadi
Woo! Okay, so I thought I was in the club there for a moment. Sorry.
That was exciting.
That was exciting. Oh my God.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, it's not just the talent, the music, but it's also a cause with human trafficking. That is so powerful. So
absolutely.
Yeah, I just I just get blown away. We got so much talent in our community. And I don't know if you've heard of Providence, but he actually Providence Kamana, hopefully I'm saying it right. Kamana, yeah, okay. So from and so I don't know if you know him from Congolese Integration Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he's a talented vocalist, and he is actually the program manager for SIN. And we're fortunate enough, he also does a lot of like cause type music as well, that he's passionate about. And we're fortunate enough to have one of his videos. So I think that's going to be queued up for us to listen to.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it too.
Yeah. He's got some vocals on.
Jesus, you are my rock, my confidence. I shall not be shaken. Jesus, you are my rock, my confidence. I shall not be shaken. Jesus, you are. I should not be shaken. Jesus, you I should not be shaken. Truly, He's my rock and my salvation. I'm not afraid of no evil. Principalities shall not overcome. For you are with me, and I am with you. You see this, you got my back. Jesus, you are my rock, my confidence. I shall not be shaken. Jesus, you are my rock, my confidence. I shall not be shaken. Jesus, you are my rock, my confidence. I shall not be shaken. Jesus, you are my rock, my confidence. I shall not be shaken. Truly He's my rock. Come on. And my salvation. I'm not afraid of no evil. Principalities shall not overcome. For you are with me, and I am with you. Jesus, you got my back. Jesus, you are my confidence. I shall Yesunanga, Ozamalambe, yeah, yeah. Ozamalambe, yo. Ozamalambe, yo. Yesunanga, Ozamalambe, yeah, yeah. Natalibo muinanga yo. Isiko lukotanga yeswe, vremango luna yo. Erekindelwe, yeah, yeah. Olukotanga na fulu. Osukole yon pesitina. Etini ngala yemba. Ozamalambe, yeah, yeah. Ozamalambe, yo. Ozamalambe, yo. Yesunanga, Ozamalambe, yeah, yeah. Ozamalambe, yo. Ozamalambe, yo. Yesunanga, Ozamalambe, yeah, yeah. Ozamalambe, Ozamalambe, yeah. Yesunanga, Ozamalambe, yeah, yeah. Nekulusu yo desinstalaye, application masumunanga. Télécharger langa, osantu na yo Jésus. Yangona koma libre, na koma nanga pour de Jésus. Koyemba yemba, olamu na yo Jésus. Ozama la mu Yesu, ozama la mu nanga, vraiment nanga, ozama la mbe, yeah, yeah. Ozama la mu Yesu, ozama la mu papa, Yesu nanga, ozama la mbe, yeah, 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 yeah. Yesu nanga, yeah, Yesu nanga, yeah.
Ooh,
Oh
that
my
was
God.
nice.
Wasn't it nice? Oh my
It
God.
took me back to church.
Exactly. I thought it was Sunday for there a minute.
I know.
And then Patrick, I thought I was like in Zimbabwe kicking it at the club. Oh my God. So yes, you took us to some places that Providence.
I know.
I just wanted to introduce one of our coalition members, a co-founder, Mother Africa, and we're going to
Yes.
see her what services she's actually been doing up in the community. She's a great advocate and out there pushing.
She has a
things.
lot of services for women. I know that.
Yes, she does. Resilient woman.
Absolutely.
Hi, my name is Rachel Sapano. I'm the founder and executive director of Mother Africa. This day is really great because we usually once a year come together and celebrate what we have been accomplishing throughout the year, including programs and activities with the community and for the community. And today is just a show of what we have done, and we enjoyed it very much because we brought a lot of community members to represent us and share their stories with the rest of the public. We have been really blessed to have the city officials and county officials attending our event tonight, and we enjoyed it very much. Well, I started Mother Africa to empower African refugee and immigrant women to reach their highest potential, and that has been our mission since inception in 2004. And we want women to have access to opportunities, and Mother Africa present that opportunity for them to join and grow and reach their highest potential. So it's very rewarding to work with our community, see them coming and really getting empowered to do what they want to do, and we support them in that. I would like to thank my board, Mother Africa Board of Directors, because they've been very influential in the stability of this organization, and they were able to pull their efforts together and help us as a staff to take care of day-to-day business. And I would also like to thank our staff and community members who really joined hands in hands to celebrate together victory of a long year of hard work and accomplishments. So I thank the staff and the board and the entire community for standing behind Mother Africa to continue to support them.
Resilient woman. So next up, I have the honor, sometimes you don't get this chance in life, but I have the honor to actually introduce our next video of State Representative Dawn Mason. Just to give you a little quick intro on Representative Mason, because this is personal. So I grew up in a family where we discussed, I wouldn't say discussed, we debated politics all the time with differing views based off of family members. And it's because of that eventually when I took my stab at one major in college, I ended up going into political science because I had a passion for it. It was something that I was used to doing. And so I naturally decided, actually someone decided for me, someone recruited me to become a student senator when I was at Shoreline Community College. And then I ended up continuing to do it when I transferred back to the University of Washington. And I remember lobbying in Olympia for the first day and meeting this dynamic, energetic, person who looked like me, a woman who looked like me. And for all of you who grew up in Seattle or understand working in Seattle, being educated in Washington, you're one of very few, if not any. I was the only Black senator when I started at the University of Washington. And then to see her, an elected official, and she was just like darting everywhere, and she just had so much cause and passion in her. And she, helped me get up my game, basically. And she's been a mentor. And, we ended up awarding her the Washington Legislator of the Year for all of the work she did on behalf of higher education. And we got a lot of things passed during her tenure. So I say this with all love for everybody out there who's struggling on where you're trying to go in your career, wanting to kind of tap into one area, but not quite sure. The best thing you can do is to find a mentor. They often believe in you before you believe in yourself. And you saw the Honorable McAuliffe and the Honorable Okoloko here. They're mentors. They're passionate. They've groomed many, many, many people that have come, after and before, and they've had the leadership and the grooming of people who came before them. And it's wrong to think you can get anywhere by yourself. It very much is who you're connected to, who you knows, and who knows you, that will get you wherever you want to go in life. The limits are endless. So, just on the technical term about Representative Mason, she is a two-term state representative. She has an extensive history. She worked for the city of Seattle, as well as an extensive history in nonprofit, an educator champion. She's over first place at preschool in the Rainier Valley Leadership Academy, producing the next generations of leader. And without further ado, I'd like you guys to meet her yourself with her video shot out to all of you.
Hello, hi, my name is Dawn Mason. I'm a former Washington State Representative, and it's such a joy to be here with you today to speak about the importance of voting. Actually, I want to talk about more than the importance of voting, because I know that young people do know the importance of voting. Data shows that a few days following the torture of George Floyd, there was a 250% increase in online voter registration. People don't register to vote for the purpose of not voting. So what is our concern? Our concern is voter suppression. So this is what I want to say to young people who make up 1/3 of those eligible to vote are young. They're between 18, 25, 30. That's a lot. That's a lot of votes. The things that you were demonstrating for and that we're marching for and we're protesting for can be realized in the vote. But it can't be realized if we maintain the same administration that we have. So voting is like a game. You move from place to place. You might live in this state, you go to college, you go to another state, you get a job, you might go to another state, or you just don't understand how to use the online system. Well, it's like a game. And I know that all the young people are playing online games, like Fortnite. It's not an easy game to learn, but you learned it. You learned it because you what? You want to win. So I'm going to challenge every young person, 18 to the age of 35, to think of voting this year like you're playing an online game. Go online and register. Go online to find out the rules in your state or your county on voting. So I want to say to all of you is that a very important election is coming up, and we need you to vote. We need your friends to vote. We need everyone in your family to vote. The state of Washington has an all mail-in voting, and that makes life a little bit easier in this state. But there are states that don't have all mail-in voting. So make sure you stay attuned to that. If you have friends in other states, if you have friends in even another city that might not be Seattle, or another county that might not be King County, they may not be as awoke as you are. So just let's keep talking about this. All our conversations should be about, this is the democracy. The equalizer in a democracy is the vote. It doesn't matter whether you have $1 billion or whether you have $2. Nobody has more than one vote. And if you feel like, well, no one's asked for your vote, well, don't wait to be asked, just vote anyway. Candidates do not know who you vote for, but they do know whether you vote or not. So they call it the perfect or near perfect voters. The ones that get all the literature are the perfect and near perfect voters. People don't want to spend money on people who don't vote. Well, how that works against first-time voters or young voters is that you haven't had a chance to become that perfect voter, which means that you voted 4 times out of the last 4 elections, or 3 times out of the last 4 elections. You have to build that up. So go ahead and build that up yourself, and once people see that you are a voter, then they will start sending you literature. They'll call you up and ask for your vote. They'll even ask your opinion. Consider that. So I want you to vote. I'm in the category in the age where I'm an elder, and we vote. We vote because we want to keep our Social Security and we want to keep our Medicare. That's the main reason we vote. Now, when we come together with all the people, we're voting because we want our representation in D.C. or in Olympia or at City Council, and we come together and we vote. So older people vote, and if we can figure it out, younger people can figure it out. They're making it more and more difficult, but I know that you can figure this out. You've figured out all the technology, and no matter how difficult it is, and you're up all night, all weekend, doing whatever young people do.
We're in Seattle today to help spread the word about the 2020 census and why it's important to self-respond.
What the census does, it gives us the number of people in the community. It tells us how many hospitals we're going to have to build, schools we're going to have to build, our infrastructure dollars.
This is how we bring funding from the federal level back into our cities, back into our communities. The 2020 census defines the face of our community, and it also defines our voice in Congress. So we want to make sure that we build a union within our communities where we all feel empowered and safe to participate in the census.
Our purpose with our organization is to go out in our community and tell them there's nothing to be scared of.
As someone who, I'm undocumented, I think it's important that I talk to the community and make sure that they know I feel safe engaging with the census, and not just that, but I know how important it is.
If they don't get counted, that's going to last for the next 10 years.
It's not about 1 year, it's about 10 years of a loss of income and resources.
I ask and I call on you to make sure that you're not left out and that you're counted.
Hey, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick. We're back again.
We're back. We're back again. The dynamic duo, huh?
Absolutely.
I don't think we've reminded them that we are live, so everything is going
We are.
on live.
Yes,
right?
we are.
Real
We
time.
live.
Real time.
We live.
We're live. And you know, we have to actually say that it is Drum Up the Vote. It's a Drum Up the Vote concert, and we really hope that everybody is getting excited and, you know, ready to hear the next artist, but then also get some knowledge. We're hearing from a lot of the young adults, indicating, especially the people who are voting for the first time in 2020, that they're ready, they're jazzed up to vote, but they don't know exactly how the process works and, you know, how to actually to register online. So we are very fortunate to have a community leader, Maya Manis, am I saying that right? But I don't know if you got to meet her, but I think from the first kind of rehearsal, but so she is a civic engagement coordinator at the Urban League of Metropolitan of Seattle, and she's been involved in the census and this whole process. She's very dynamic, and I think you know, she's very relatable. So I'm excited to hear what she has to say and you know, learn from her. She's going to be covering the voter process at this moment. So Maya.
Absolutely.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Hey, welcome.
Hi, how is it going? This is
Good.
This is an amazing event. The talent has been amazing. This is perfect for having to stay inside today.
I know. I know. We're so happy that you're here to also entertain yet educate.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you. So yeah, I would want to thank Washington State African community leaders for putting this on. This is an amazing event. I'm super excited to be a part of this. I would also like to thank all those who've talked about voting and the importance of voting, the judges, the representative, and hope everybody's staying safe overall and staying inside, you know, safe due to the fires, but also overall health. But today, what I'm here to talk about is, the Urban League of Metropolitan Seattle. What I do is really try to involve the community and to vote, get out to vote, census, and all of that. And so our campaign this year is This Person Votes. And we're really trying to target first-time voters. And so we created a first-time voters guide. And I wanted to highlight some of that today. First with the timeline, and then also, so this is the first-time voters guide. When I come back, I will let you know how you'll be able to access this. But first, I wanted to talk about the timeline of what we are facing right now with Get Out to Vote. This is for Washington State. So first, if you see, it has information about the census. So the last day to complete the census is September 30th. Then for Washington State, the beginning of our voting period is October 16th. So if you are a registered voter, you will receive a ballot in the mail off of your mailing address when you register, and you will have 18 days to complete your ballot. The last day you can register to vote and receive a ballot is October 26th. So if you see where we are today, we have a little bit over a month and a half to be able to let our families and friends register to vote, then also have some fun ballot parties and also different things to be able to engage our community to know what the candidates are on the ballot. If you are in Washington State, you will receive a ballot in the mail and then be able to go from there. The next thing I wanted to address is some frequently asked questions. So in Washington State, who can register to vote? You have to be a resident. You have to be a United States citizen. And you can register to vote through votewa.gov, as you can see here. And I'll give you a texting tool later when I come back to make sure you know exactly how you can access that link super quickly. But I wanted to highlight the voter checklist to make sure that you all know what you need to know to make sure that you make a conscious choice in voting. So you want to make sure you check your voter registration status. And then since we have 18 days, you have time to find out who your candidates are. Make sure you receive your ballot by October 16th. You're going to want to fill it out in blue and black pen. And then you want to make sure you sign on the outside of it and then send it back in. And so, like I said, if you are a United States citizen, if you're a resident in Washington State for more than 30 days, and you're 18 years old, you can register to vote. And then I kind of wanted to highlight the why you should vote. And so you heard it today from many people that it's very important locally for you to register to vote. And I wanted to make connections on what we're going through today. If you have any interest in how your kids are going to be educated in elementary school to high school, if you want to know how to support your undocumented brothers and sisters in Washington State, if you want to make sure your local businesses recover from COVID-19, you should register to vote and make sure you vote, because there are key positions locally that will have an effect on what the next 1 to 2 years in Washington State might look like. And I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. That's the reason why we have 8 days for you to be able to decide that for yourself. But you need to be able to make that choice for yourself, because your voice matters in the next 1 to 2 years how Washington State is going to recover. And so if you register today, which I'll walk you through how to be able to do that later, you will be able to make sure you have your voice in the conversation on how our schools are going to be ran, our healthcare system's going to operate, and how we're going to be able to get back to normal as quickly as possible. And so thank you guys so much for joining in and tuning in and you know, uplifting artists' talent. If you have your mobile device available right now, you can text ULMS votes to 52886, and you can check your voter registration and access this person's voter guide, which will give you all the steps that I talked to and more if you are a first-time voter and are a little confused on what's going to go on between now and November 3rd. Thank you all so much for having me all today. And I'm looking forward to joining you all to the continuation of this event. Thank you.
Sorry, there you are. There you are.
Okay, good. Yeah.
So do you like poetry by any chance?
Absolutely, I do.
You do? You do?
I do.
All right. So we're really fortunate to have a poet, a beautiful person in soul from Ethiopia, Johanna E. And so if you can, I'm excited to hear her. And I think we'll see her in a minute. A few seconds.
It ain't over unless I say it's over. It ain't over unless I say it's over. Nah, 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 nah. It ain't over. Nah, 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 nah. It ain't over. So all you gotta do is love on me. Yeah, yeah. Said all you gotta do is love on me. So it ain't over. That's so with me, love me, after me, love me, that's so with me, love me, after me, love me, that's so with me, love me, after me, love me, that's so with me. It's not hard, it's easy if you wanna please me. Come straight like fire, I can take you higher. It ain't over unless I say it's over. It ain't over unless I say it's over. Nah, 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 nah. It ain't over. Nah, 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 nah. It ain't over. So all you gotta do is love on me. Yeah, yeah. Said all you gotta do is love on me. So it ain't over. So it ain't over. Love me, after me, love me, that's so with me. Love me, after me, love me, that's so with me. Love me, after me, love me, was a survivor. All the scars on the back to the story of a painful past. God rest the soul. Too many days unknown, too many days alone, too many days from home. I hope the song can catch a cloud and get to y'all in heaven. I hope the rain was a sign that y'all got the message. Can't nothing bring us down. How can we forget something like the blood we bleed? Every song, every poem should be treated like a seed. Every thought, every breath is a topic currency. You see, you never know who you inspire. We can prosper together, even build an empire. You hear why I text? That means family over everything. That's why I say, put your faith in the dreams you dream every day. And don't forget we got wings to fly. Yes, and don't forget we were designed to rise. Yeah, can't forget the struggle that they went through. Come back to this just to get back to you. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, all the roads, all the roads, all the roads, all the roads lead back to you. What's sweeter than you? What's sweeter than true? All I know, all I know, all I know, all I know, it's back to you. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, no matter where I go, no matter what I do.
Why should you use your vote? Because decisions that get enacted in the political space will impact your future in some way, shape, or form, whether you like it or not. The next government will likely be here for at least 5 years, and the decisions that they make will impact us for longer than we think. Dealing with the government, dealing with their choices is no joke. We are the reapers of the consequences of the decisions that they make, which is why it is so important to put your vote in and be involved now than complaining later. Our vote is counted, our vote is needed, and our vote is seen and heard. If you are able to vote, why wouldn't you exercise that power? Many and millions of people fought for our right to vote years prior. In the United States, we are made to believe that our vote doesn't count. We're made to feel helpless. How could a single ballot possibly make a difference on the national scale? I'm here to tell you that we, as the people, as the individuals, and as a community, matter. And our vote is included. And our getting in the voting booth is an act of power in which you can exercise this election season. So take some time to get informed. Don't let the labels of the political parties scare you. Don't let it dictate to where you want to vote and who you're going to vote for. Do your research, take your time, talk to people, and get informed. Form your own opinions. Form your own opinions with your voice, because your vote matters. Your voice matters.
We're back. We're back.
We're back live.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the census. And I know you've seen a lot of things going on about the census. We showed some videos and stuff. But I think there's often this misconception, and I want to ask you, like, let me ask you this question instead. Why do you feel that when something goes wrong and we need like services like the fire department or the police to come, why do you feel that certain neighborhoods get better response than other neighborhoods in our community?
That's because
what's the first thing that go ahead, sorry.
Well, that's because some people don't take voting very serious, and then the people that don't participate in voting, they don't get the services that they need. You know, if you take, for example, there's some people. I have some friends that when you tell them to vote, they don't take the voting serious. They give you a lot of excuses, and then when you actually try to persuade them, to vote, they'll give you a lot of excuses. They'll say, "Oh, you know what? I have to work. I'm tired. My boss don't want to give me time off to go and vote," which is not excuse. A lot of places actually give you time off to vote. In Washington State, the stamp is there. It's already the voting actually. It comes with the stamp. You could actually just run and actually drop it off. In the ballot. I mean, they have a lot of boxes where you can actually drop off your ballot and then go back to work. But some neighborhoods some places actually take it voting very serious, and those people get a lot of services. And when you ask yourself, how come those people actually get better services than us? Because those people take voting very serious. That's why.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So along that line, it also follows through the census. So each census tract, right, are different neighborhoods basically, through the zip code.
Exactly.
And if let's say zip code 98118 doesn't bring in a lot of census completion, right? They don't actually do their form, which is just 10 minutes. I mean, actually it's 3 minutes online. You can, call in the number. They have tens of different languages that they'll actually translate on the phone, help you complete it on the phone.
Yeah.
And the last resort is actually mailing it in. But the quickest thing for everybody here who's can log in and quickly get it done, my2020census.gov, 3 minutes. That's all it takes. It just needs some basic information. But by not completing it, like right now in South King County, we have like 60% completion self-response rate at this point. And when you look at a place like, I just want to use an example from 2010. In 2010 and in 2019, 316 federal programs relied on the 2020 census data, derived data, and that translates into $1.5 trillion to the state and the local level. See, when we think about elections and we think about voting, we're thinking about like the president, right? We're thinking about the big election. But what people often don't know in our communities, especially when as a community leader, right? What do community leaders tell us? We don't.
Are you ready for the next artist?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Sorry. Got distracted. Yes. So, is it?
I have General Matambo.
Okay.
He's an actor, comedian. General Matambo is based in Seattle, Washington.
Mm-hmm.
He hosts his uncut, raw, and unfiltered podcast. Get your laugh muscles ready. Welcome, General Matambo.
Woohoo!
Let's go.
Hello. Bring me to the screen. Bring me to the screen. How's things moving
Let's
here?
go, my friend. You're welcome.
Shout out to our host. Y'all been amazing. It's time to be counted. I don't know why I have to come to America and remind you to be counted. Where I come from Panda. Panda is next to Wakanda, but it's Panda, which means increase as you increase. You have to be counted. Don't you count the amount of chicken wings you have in your house before you have guests to eat? Exactly. I know you don't. I do. Because the visitors who come to my house have not earned. English is hard. English is difficult. You have to round up your English words to the next available thing. For example, when I talk about my uncle John, and I don't remember his name John, I round it off to the next word, which is idiot. How y'all feeling? It is smoky everywhere. Get counted. We're in Washington State. Welcome to Seattle, Washington. My name is General Mutombo, the Chief of Staff of the idiots who march everywhere to protest about the amount of increasing prices of goat here in Seattle. I have realized that people are paying too much for goat in Seattle, and I'm not having it. I don't care if I have wrinkly arms. I iron them every morning. How are you feeling? Today I woke up and I went to the supermarket. I didn't have my mask on, so I felt like Janet Jackson during the Super Bowl. It was very crazy. This white woman came to me and asked me. I was feeling like Matrix. I didn't know how to attack because I did not have a mask on. She came. Her saliva was coming this way. I was moving this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. I felt like I was in Uganda when Idi Amin was there. You know, Idi Amin was my uncle. He never played around. He loved America so much. He used to have 2 for breakfast every day. So I know this woman was coming sideways with me, sideways. Then she told me, are you from Africa? Am I from Africa? Am I from Africa? Africa is me. Africa is from me. What is going on in the world? Shout out to every African in Washington right now. We need your votes. We will need your votes. We need you to wake up the way you look for suya, the way you look for jollof rice. Wake up and go vote. Wake up and get counted. Participate in these things. These are things that help your mother, your grandmother, your sister, everybody in your family. Small story. My uncle thought he was slick. He cheated on my auntie the other day. Told my auntie that I'm going to get a second wife. Guess what my auntie did? The second wife was 18 years old. My auntie was 29 years old. So my auntie asked my uncle, if you're going to proceed to get a second wife, it's okay, but give me a divorce. So my uncle handed the divorce to my auntie. My auntie, being the Klabo, we call the Klabo in Pandampanda Kingdom. Klabo means the people who clap back. She went and married the new wife's father. Do you know what that makes my auntie? That makes my auntie my uncle's stepmother. And my uncle's new wife, the mother-in-law. It's crazy. It's crazy. America is weird. I came here, I'm used to suya. I'm used to things that make you feel strong. I go the other day, somebody calls me for pizza. What idiocy is pizza? It is round. A round thing put inside a rectangle, served in triangle. I thought I left witchcraft in Africa. What kind of nonsense? What kind of nonsense is this? We've been cooking all morning. I think our neighbors are cooking too because Seattle is very smoky. I don't like smoky people. Number 2, I want everybody to understand that Wakanda does not accept everybody. Okay? If you're from Ghana, stop lying to everybody. We're not accepting everybody. We're accepting due to qualifications. You know, Wakanda, we do not have free checks. You have to work every morning like this. Wakanda people have to be acquainted with mosquitoes. For example, when I was 8 years old, I was doing a speech for my headmaster, but a mosquito flew inside my thigh. Remember those small shorts we used to wear? It flew, but it did not interrupt my conversation with the people. You have to be ready to come to Wakanda because Wakanda loves you. But Mpanda Panda needs you to be very active. Strong people. No cheese. People wake up and say what they are. I also want to talk to Disney World. I had my a Black Panther, the King, R.I.P. to Chad Bronson, Wakanda forever. He passed on. But I want to apply for new positions because we have more Africans in Africa who can perform the same roles. For example, I have a list here. I want African stars to be part of African movies. I do not want Idris Elba talking like a Nigerian or a Kenyan or East African or South African. Nonsense. Number 1, I want Diamond Platinums to play in the next Lion King movie. Okay? I want him to be Mufasa. I want him to be eating goblets of starch, balls of starch. And then a mosquito comes and bites him and he dies. I want Harmonize to play Scar. So Diamond Platinums to play Mufasa and then Harmonize to play Scar. You know they're competing in Tanzania. So if Harmonize plays Scar, Harmonize will not be surprised by the death of Diamond. Look at that storyline. Popping. And then they have Rayvanny. Who's Rayvanny? Rayvanny is a factor. Who's not trying to take any side between Diamond and Platinums? And Rayvanny will play Simba. Rayvanny will be afraid of chaos. So Rayvani will go to Kenya and start selling spare parts, herbal tea. You know what I'm saying? Open up a new Safaricom window. That is what we want. And me and Ali, you know Ali, the organizer of this thing. Me and Ali are very vertically challenged, you know? Like we did not grow up all the way. We grew up like somehow. Like we're not like 6'5", but we are like 5'6", like looking down. Like we look at the ground from down up, not up down. So me and Ali will play Timon and Pumbaa. What do you think? Me and Ali, we like twins, eh? We'll be running around. But how are you feeling? My name is Jordan Mutombo. I have beaten Corona. I have beaten Osama bin Laden. I have been looking for Obama ever since I came to America and have not seen the idiot. Why is he hiding? He's my uncle. I checked the survey that said black people should be coming together. Africans, African Americans, anybody of color here in Washington, all over the world, come around, spread love. Be around people who make you happy. Don't be around nonsense people. Why don't you think, you see me? I choose happiness. Do you see my wife? No, she's not here because I chose happiness today. You need to choose happiness today. Nonsense. And I love you. And it's amazing. And everybody who's coming here is amazing. No clue.
Loving on you. Whenever I get no money, she still me honey. She could care less about the luxuries, as long as she stays beside me. When times and things go low, hold me down, girl. When I'm out and lose control, she throw pepper in my eye. I made my baby cry, cry, cry. She said she wish I could die, cause she could never leave my side. She say I know, say she not be happy to my love, oh. The way she holds me down like a blessing from above, oh. Afro magic, thunder fire, Afro loving, sour, sour. Afro magic, thunder fire, Afro loving, sour, sour. She throw pepper in my eye. I made my baby cry, cry, cry. She said she wish I could die, cause she could never leave my side. She say I know, say she not be happy to my love, oh. The way she holds me down like a blessing from above, yeah. Afro magic, thunder fire, Afro loving, sour, sour. Afro magic, thunder fire, Afro loving, sour, sour. Good love, you know, for life. 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 I wanna hold you like Jigga hold Beyonce. I go not wanna leave you, not any day. No, not any day. Wanna carry you, go, baby, horse and carriage. Put a ring on it, put a ring on it. I wanna buy you diamond, let's get married. You could be my Mrs. Boo. I could be your Mr. No excuses. Girl, you know I come through. When you down and out to lift your spirits. Then I'll lay your body down until comfort. Your heart was made to love me. Only thing you can trust is that I do what it takes to keep you in my world, baby. I do what it takes to mend all of my flaws, baby. Cause I love you, girl, and my heart deep is involved, baby. Never leave me, girl, cause without you I'll be lost without your Afro magic, thunder fire, Afro loving, sour, sour. Afro magic, thunder fire, Afro loving, sour, sour. Good love, you know, for life. Good love, you know, for life. Good love, you know, for life. Good you over there acting like you all mean and all bad? Girl, I know you see the keys to the Lexus. Yeah, I know you see my whip. Got you thinking about next day breakfast. Yeah, I know you wanted it too. And long after I wine and dine that body, treat that body right, girl. You be glad I showed up to this party. Escape with me now, ooh yeah. But I'm not even gonna say no more. You just tell me when I carry you go. I'm not even gonna break no code. Girl, you know that I'm down by law. I'm button pass, police. Skinny man walking around with big business. I not open my mouth, I let her talk it. Guess what she said? She said she wanna ride with me. She said she wanna ride with me. Pull up to the spot with me. Pull up to the spot, baby. Said she wanna get down. Do new things in her life. Said she wanna ride with me. Sit in the car, don't touch nothing. If you behave, I'ma let you hold some. A lot of you name where I shotgun, baby, I choose you. I used to be the boy where head can kick. But ever since you swipe, bless me, oh, now only my palm can eat. I see they try to wish, nah, but their hand can't reach. I say, ever since you swipe, bless me, now why all the children want me? She said she wanna ride with me. She said she wanna ride with me. Pull up to the spot with me. Pull up to the spot, baby. Said she wanna get down. Do new things in her life. Said she wanna ride with me. Say you wanna let go. Let the wind blow your hair. Anywhere that I go, I'll fly to get there. Yeah, say you want C2C and make new crew your property. Yeah, say you want fly Dubai and go party for shopping spree. Then take pics for exes to see. She called me bestest, baby. I treat that body right too. I pamper all my babies. Anything you say you want, girl. I pamper all my babies. You know my leather so soft, girl. So come and sit with me. Said she wanna ride with me. Said she wanna ride with me. Pull up to the spot with me. Pull up to the spot with me. Said she wanna get down. Do new things in her life. Said she wanna ride with me. She said she wanna ride with me. Said she wanna ride with the spot with me. To the spot, said she wanna get down. Do new things in her life. Said she wanna ride with me.
Hello, I'm Higo, former co-chair of Washington State Coalition of African Community Leaders. Today I want to talk a little bit about the importance of voting. I am an immigrant woman from Somalia, and some of the things I heard from people in my community is people saying that they don't vote or it doesn't matter whether they vote or not. I'm here to tell you that's not true. It matters. Your voice matters. You matter. Every vote counts. So please go out there and vote. And I was you at some point. I was afraid of voting. I didn't understand the importance of it. I didn't understand the impact voting had in my life. But now that I am more informed, I know exactly how it can impact our lives. As we all know, from immigration to education to healthcare to everything in our lives revolves around selecting the correct leadership that would actually represent us the best. So please go out there and vote. Register to vote yourself, your family, your friends, everyone you know. Let's go out there and vote. Is very important, especially for my African immigrant communities.
Hi everyone! Thank you all for coming back and enjoying the show and the artists. I really like the last artist. I'm about to download them on my music myself. I just wanted to end the show to let you know how you can register to vote today. You can text ULMS votes at 52886 to check your voter registration and access our This Person's Voter Guide, This Person Votes Guide. For you to be able to register to vote online, you will need your driver's license information. So after you text ULMS votes to 52886, you will it will ask you some general information, see if you're registered to vote, and then take you to votewall.gov and be able to update your voter registration if you recently moved, be able to locate your ballot, locate your voter guide that you could also receive in the mail. VoteWall is a really great system to be able to make sure you are an educated voter. So I'm going to ask you just one more time today to register to vote. If you're not in the state of Washington, just look for your Secretary of State in your state and be able to register to vote there. Thank you guys so much. I hope you register to vote so you have your voice in the conversation. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hey, Martha.
Hey, Maya. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. This has been an amazing event. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So you're gonna get new crew too. I was thinking the same thing. Look at you.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much, Patrick and Martha.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's been a pleasure.
So we started a little bit late. We had a little bit of stumble, but I think we're gonna be wrapping up almost on time exactly. But there is a correction. There's a couple corrections I just wanted to make sure everybody was aware of, and nobody takes it that it was anything done intentionally. But my beautiful Eritrean queen, Johanna E., she's actually from Eritrea. I think I mentioned Ethiopia. So there was miscommunication, and I apologize. But also that she was a singer versus a poet. So much shout out. It was beautiful cinematography, or her, the videos were gorgeous. All of them actually, just so much talent from all the different regions. And then with new crew, just wanted to, do a shout out because actually he's from Liberia. So we tried to be representative in the coalition. We do have, across the continent representation. And so just want to make sure that we do identify the communities. We're all proud of our community members that are talented and doing the art. So, definitely want to give props out to them. And then I know that we also have a registered of WA.com. I think it's Washington State Coalition. So we will send that out as well. So however way you get registered, just make sure you get registered. Just wanted to make sure that was kind of addressed. And also we have a lot to thank for, right? So Patrick has been involved, right, in all the rehearsal and the work that goes into this, the meetings. We became meeting every week to plan this event. And we are going to do another event closer to the actual election date, maybe about, a ballot party or something, where we can all come together and do our work together and maybe get, organize some, drop-offs or something. But the bottom line is we want to continue being connected. We want to hear your feedback. So please, whoever invited you, encourage you, sent the link, let them know what you would like different. And we would be happy to address that and make sure, different talent, everybody is highlighted, and everyone has a piece to say. Do you have anything, Patrick, you want to talk about, or shout outs to anybody?
Yeah, I'd like to, it was actually good presentation by all the guests. And I would like to encourage everyone to visit also like the Washington State Coalition website for further information, the information for the artists. It will be put in a website there so that they can also visit the artist's website to support them. We need to support each other. As you can see, all the artists, they're actually great. They gave a very good performance. We need to support them. And I highly encourage you guys to also get out there and vote. We need to take this upcoming election seriously. We need to vote, exercise your right to vote. That's all I can say.
Drum up the vote.
We need to drum up the vote,
Drum up the vote.
Yeah.
That's right. And so even though he's not going to come on screen, I think we'd be remiss to not mention or do a shout out to Ben Ali. I think he's kind of been referenced in throughout the show. This is a Ben Ali production, as Christina says. So just a little bit about the voter registration committee. There are 15 members. So I think we started off and Eddie co-chairs that committee. I remember him saying, oh my gosh, there's like 4 people or something that showed up. But in the end, it grew to 15, which includes Patrick Joseph over here. And
Eddie.
And Eddie, of course, as the co-chair lead, and Ben Ali as a facilitator, and Christina Kamasu as the secretary. And you know, everybody's skill set has been utilized, as you can see, that made this production possible. And we'll just, you know, it's live, so you never know what's going to happen, that's for sure. And it's a learning process for us, but we hope that you're happy, and we can, you know, definitely engage with you on social media and find out things that you would love to see for the next time. And of course, we self-funded this event, but it was really through sponsorship from the City of Seattle Department of Neighborhoods. They sponsored, you know, the videos that you saw with the youth, and you know, Win-Win, who at the, you know, very much was on our side to, you know, get that link that will be on our website to register to vote. And so we you know, everybody has been behind us in terms of, once we stated we wanted to, you know, engage in civic engagement. So we're lucky. And I think that if you, since we don't have, I thought we were gonna have a little bit of a different situation, but anyways, I just want to reiterate, we kind of talked about it as a committee about like, what is the next step? What's the call to action? Yes, it's true. We said, you know, to get out the vote, and that's huge. If you alone, you know, went out and you did the vote. But we also know that we are a social group, right? As Africans, we're social. We don't like to do things by ourselves. I call Patrick. What you doing, Patrick? You know, what are you going to do about this? Who are you going to vote for? What's going on? Okay, we're not going to say who you're going to vote for, but we like to know that someone else is doing what we're doing, and we like to do things together and celebrate together. And so along that, you know, social nature and collective action, we really encourage you to do what we're calling #3 drum up the vote. So for not just exercising your right, but then to encourage in your normal frequent conversation, right? Who doesn't call their auntie or see their auntie once a week or anything like that? We're not asking you to do anything you're not already doing. We're just saying, when you talk to your auntie, your uncle, your family member, your cousin, just ask, did you register to vote? What do you need to get started? You need a ballot? Do you need someone to help you get to the polls if you're in another state that has polling? So whatever it is, let's just be responsible for each other, and let's just do 3. I think that, you know, people who, you know, as you guys heard directly from these elected officials, I went to a town hall and I heard anywhere, all these elected officials from around the country said they won their vote by 10 to 100 votes. It was very small. So it really is, every vote counts. And, you know, if you can drum up the vote for 3, that would be awesome. And so we'll post more on this, and you know, people who do and let us know, send out a, you know, shout out. We got some prizes for you. We couldn't do it in this format the way we wanted, but we definitely want to make sure that you get taken care of. Email us. Let's drum up the vote and get our people, you know, active. Okay.
Master, Marta, I'd like to give a shout out also to Christina, Abdul, Rachel, and Mother Africa for sponsoring us, and also DC Productions for sponsoring the whole event, you know, the live event. That was actually great. Without DC Production, we wouldn't be hosting this event. So shout out to DC Production and Maya organization. Yeah.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, thank you so much. As Patrick said, hit the website, the social media. I also want to do one last thing and just do a shout out for African Youth Drug Prevention Program. You can find them on IG, as I've been told it's called, or Instagram. They're the ones who actually did a lot of those videos you saw, the youth in the videos. And we are, now actually selling merchandise on their website. So stay tuned. It'll be connected to the coalition website. We're raising funds for our beloved project manager. We would love your support in that way. So have a great evening. Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. New crew. It's not about me though. Not about me. I'm an interstate champ on the GQ cover, y'all. Got some pretty young things calling me Win Wonder, y'all. When I rock and roll, I bring that thunder. This one right here gon' drop for the summer. See, you rep 2 cities, but I rep 2 continents. Got your down chick and her best friends giving me compliments. Cause I'm a rider, I'ma ride for mine. All day, I'ma die for mine. So survivor, hustle and grind. Yeah, I'm a hustle and grind. From a third world to the ghetto, climbing up that totem pole. I'm a rider, I'ma ride for mine. All day, I'ma die for mine. See, I'm on a mission. Yeah. Can you see my vision? Yeah. They're calling me Garvey. I see your revolution. Yeah. Moses, Exodus. You swap web for us. New crew represents love, peace, and happiness. No haters gon' kill that vibe. I'ma keep that hope alive. No haters gon' kill that vibe. I'ma keep that hope alive. See, you rep 2 cities, but I rep 2 continents. Yeah, I do though. Got your down chick and her best friends giving me compliments. Cause I'm a rider, I'ma ride for mine. All day, I'ma die for mine. So survivor, hustle and grind. Yeah, I'ma hustle and grind. From a third world to the ghetto, climbing up that totem pole. I'm a rider, I'ma ride for mine. All day, I'ma die for mine. You ain't gotta flip bricks. You ain't gotta be loud to be alright. You ain't gotta take trips. But you gotta be proud. Pleasure or pain, I'm still a rider. Name or no fame, I'm still a rider. Favor or not, I'm still a rider. Bottom or top, I'm still a rider. No haters gon' kill that vibe. I'ma keep that hope alive. No haters gon' kill that vibe. I'ma keep that hope alive. See, you rep 2 cities, but I rep 2 continents. Got your down chick and her best friends giving me compliments. Cause I'm a rider, I'ma ride for mine. All day, I'ma die for mine. So survivor, hustle and grind. Yeah, I'ma hustle and grind. From a third world to the ghetto, climbing up that totem pole. I'm a rider, I'ma ride for mine. All day, I'ma die for mine. I'ma ride for mine. All day, I'ma die for mine. Hustle and grind, yeah, I'ma hustle and grind.